Alright, yeah, we'll leave the windows for now. Look how pretty this hydrogen looks over the white tiles. Looks all neon pink. Real pretty. Yeah, it's like super neon, isn't it? Nice, I like it. Right, so that's all that crap being ripped out. We can do a liquid lock over here so we can start heading out this way, but I think I'm just going to leave them up here in terms of space. This is... ah, shit. They've built all this stuff. This is basically the edge of the map now, so we can maybe get one more of these in, I think. Whip, like so. I don't know where they found all this extra aluminium from. It must be when we deconstructed the pipes. That's fine, we'll put that there. And now everything's safe, we can just be digging everything out over here. We'll do a little bit more telescope work whilst we can. Just need to keep the power going for now. Get some more power online. So, yeah, let's go and check how that Pip's gone. He's got a couple more things to do, hasn't he? Let's see here. 143. Die, die, die. I'm gonna eat that Draco egg, I think. No, we'll leave it. Pip boy, where is he? Aha. He's getting there. It's a little bit manual this, but you just have to do it like that, otherwise it's... How have I ended up with so much extra water? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. How did this happen? I've filled up my tank off the line. Oh no. Oh, I've now got a liquid tank that's full of water I can't get rid of. Get rid of this. Stat. Stat. Go, go, go. There is too much water in here. Christ. Oh no. Let's disable you for a minute. Too much water. Come on, little fella. Get this planted. You can do it. I believe. Nom the seed. Plant the seed. There we go. Might have a little spill up here if we're not careful. Ah, we've caught it in time. That's fine. Okay, so it should be cool enough down here now. I think we've been running cold water down here for a while, so I think that'll be fine to rip out all this gubbins now. So we'll rip out all of you. And you. What temperature's the water as well? Oh, we even warmed up the water. It's 26 degrees now. God damn it. Alright, I want to make sure I get all this petroleum. So let's do a little dig over here. We can drop that down. And then we'll do a little dig over here. Actually, how hot's this abyssalite? Because this is where I should be digging. We're going to make more petroleum if I do this. Maybe we can do a sneaky. Oh, Torello. Prime for 18 months. 18 months, mate, is crazy. Thank you very much, Torello. How are you doing today, sir? I wasn't cursing you earlier, calling you an bastard. That's for sure. I wouldn't dream of it. I wouldn't dream of it. Furthermore, I definitely didn't do that. But how are you today? What was the brand of computer vacuum you have? Shit, I can't remember. It is a Compu cleaner. That's Compu, C-O-M-P-U cleaner. Compu Cleaner. It's pretty good. Recommend it. Pretty solid. Got my audio up. Difficult to move. Need to adjust my meds. Oh dear. No, I thought you were going to clean up the sound. I thought you said you wanted to try it without fan noise or something. I thought you said. Or did I misunderstand? Come on, little fella. Come plant the seed. You know you want to. There's a seed right here. You can nom it. Oh, I wonder if he can't eat it. Let's just speed up for a minute. I was just looking at this boy. I don't trust anything I say after 11 nights. So I'm she. Come on, nom the seed. Come on, you can do it. Nom the seed. I'm wondering if like the seeds sort of slightly glitched into the tile or something. Although we probably ate all the others. There's nothing else around here that's trolling him, is there? These are just seeds, there's no plants here. Ah, aha! Would they interfere? I don't actually know, but let's get rid of them anyway. Yeah, there's no other plants around here that should affect it. Don't know why I wouldn't plant there. It wouldn't be in range of that anyway. Alright, alright, alright. Namaste. Nom a seed? Yes. Nom a seed. It's a mantra. It helps you do yoga. Helps with passing wind. Oh, quit the starvation. What's going on here? Still seems to be fine. Got a few pacus and stuff in here, just chilling. These seem to be okay. How much algae have we got now? We've now got 28.7 tons. So we've actually got more than when we put these in. So we must have dug a bit out in the world, which is fine. Steel production still going. Very good. Potus, how are you, buddy? Shit. Too much polluted water. I think we need to slap a buffer in here for this water. Let's just toggle you off for a second. Put a couple of reservoirs in here, maybe. Too much water from these polluted geysers. And if they all erupt at the same time, then I just can't get the water out. So let's just put in a couple of reservoirs, maybe. That'd work. Let's just turn this fellow off for a second. If above 800. Go, 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 go. Just to empty that pipe. We've got 920 kilos of lime left, but we do have 3 tons of fossil to work through as well, so we'll get all that online. Shit, come on. Christ, what's happening here? Wait, Wait, what? That's coming from my pump. It's then bridging into this line. Which is then bridging... Oh, it's because of the plants! I was cooling down these oxyferns. Oh. This was meant to be temporary. That explains it. That explains all the things. There we go. God damn it. Might actually be fine with just one buffer tank then. Let's get this emptied. We'll put a buffer in anyway, because there are like 3 guys, I think, that come up this line, so we'll get that done. And we will deconstruct. Actually, you could leave that. No, we'll move the bridge. We'll move all this stuff. You can come out there. You'll go into there. And then you can come to there. Bridge into there. Nice. Golf club, nice job. Listen, I didn't realise, alright? It was a mistake. It was just a little mistake, only a small one. It was a temporary thing. A temporary thing I forgot about. It's not a big deal. Fixing it already. That's not good. Camera, what's happened to you? Ah. Now you see, this is the problem. Where is this aluminium coming from that they've now started building all this wire with? Because I didn't have any aluminium. That was why I used it for this. Kinda need them to not have built all these wires. Oh, fuck. Deconstruct power wires with a 9. We're gonna have to cancel all these wires, I think. Let's cancel all these. Alright, and then deconstruct power wires 9. Okay. So this is all of our refined aluminium that we've got, and I kind of don't want them to build these wires. What I do want to do is get old camo out of there. So we'll dig that with a 9. What are we waiting for up here? Come on. Nearly done. Just getting input lag and ponder times at cycle 250, yep. There's a whole thread about it at the minute, mate. Here you go. Go back to page 1 and there's a whole thread about it people have put up. I don't know if there's been any updates from the devs yet on there. I don't know if they've added anything else. But lots of people have been putting their saves up and their specs and stuff. Ah, shit. Kinda sucks. What's the best use for the starting biome aluminium? Just use it to begin with, and then as soon as you can, refine it. As soon as you can refine it, start using it for things, because it is very powerful for temperature transference. It's really powerful. Arguably, it's not far off thermium in terms of how well it transfers temperature. Jesus, Camo's about to die. What the fuck? Camo's running out of oxygen. He's gonna die. Why has he been sat up there for so long? Camo is in trouble. Oh, Camo's in real trouble. I mean, he can breathe when he gets down here, can't he? But Jesus. There we go. Christ. Yeah, so metal tiles or transfer... Hold on. Temp shift plates built out of aluminium. They have a thermal conductivity of 220 or 200, I think, which is really strong. So for temperature transference, it's super good. Super good. Now, I want them to dig out all this last bit of crap and get all my aluminium home. That is what I would like. Before it all gets blasted all over space. Maybe I can use one of these just for that for now. So that'll be refined metal. Aluminum. Sweet ball, there you go. Thimble reed seeds, okay. 35 juice, what happens? Nerd is currently in a perpetual state of being ready to launch. He's a rocket boy. He's a happy rocket boy right now. There we go. Come on, Mr. Pip. So it seemed this compactor didn't really matter. I can get rid of you. Nice. Alright then, so we need to get our steel reserves up a little bit. We can probably start building some of our monument if you want. It depends what the priorities are going to be. If we start building a monument, then we're going to struggle to get space materials, because the monument is going to take all of our steel, and then some. Because let me just check here. The monument base is 7,500 steel. Wow! Monument midsection is another 5k steel, and then the top is diamond and another 5k steel. Jesus, we need so much steel. So much steel. That's a lot of steel. Alright. Let's let this do its thing, pumping out into this line. This has the priority feeding this polluted water here, so eventually we'll get some of that water out. For now, this reservoir can just stay there, just chilling. Come on, little fella. You can do it. Ooh, what's that? Dusty dwarf. Yeah. I like the new art for the different bits. I like they've mixed it up a little bit. It looks pretty. Looks real pretty. I approve. Alright, so I kind of want to get all that aluminium stuff collected, and then once that's done we'll just seal this up for a bit. Some of that gold would probably be nice as well, although we are going to have a lot of gold down here, aren't we? We've probably got quite a bit of gold amalgam now. Oh yeah, 10 tons, that's fucking sweet. So what we'll do a little bit more telescoping, and then we will seal the bastard up. I'd like to get these repaired, because these are sort of our only defense at the minute from getting our telescope twatted. So let's just do that for now. Hey! Hey, nerd boy. Did you get any relics? Any sweet relics? You got a mangled saxophone. Incredible. To the relic lab. Perfect. Let's get him fueled and let's get him sent again. Unreachable toilet. Nerd boy. Nerd boy desperately needs a piss, but he's gonna come out of his suit like fucking swimming. He'll be fine. So what you all about Nerd boy? He's excellent at holding his breath in urine. Very good. One of the finest. Top 10 in the world. He's very, very good at it. That would be weird if there was a mechanic where they could drown in their suits. Would not be nice, I guess. I've kind of just left this ice biome because it's still being kept cool. But I would like to just hop down and steal this sleet wheat. You feel like this should have some stress testing would take in the game. Fully reveal the map and let it run for 1,000+ cycles. Yeah, this is why I've been. I mean, I've been one of the main voices whining about closed testing for a very long time. This wouldn't have happened with closed testing, because one of us would have instantly loaded up the game. We would have found it running like shit in our bases, and we would have pointed it out straight away. It wouldn't have happened. But hey ho. It is what it is. We gotta suck it up. So much diamond now in these little geodes and stuff. Or boulders or whatever. So much diamond. Right. Yeah, I'm thinking some carbon skimmers around this level might be nice. I don't know if I want to rip this fella out. Ah! Very good. Just need more of this CO2 to be able to find its way home. It's currently just all getting choked up and nowhere to go. And considering we've got like, what, 30 odd slicksters at the bottom? Ish. 8, 16, 24-ish? 20-ish? I thought it would be alright. I don't want loads and loads of slicksters because they will lag us out. I could put them on a smaller tile, I guess. Could reduce how much they can get around. But anyway, that's our oxyferns in. Let's rip out this pipe in here, because this was all meant to just be slotting in for now. Rip out you. And you. That should be good. Were there any other dramas that I was meant to be dealing with soon? We could start playing with the volcanoes that we've got. That might be something... Oh shit, I remember something I was meant to be doing. 400 kilos. Yeah, we could start playing with some of the volcanoes. Maybe slap some steam turbines on them and get a bit of free power coming in. Although you have to end up cooling the fucking aqua tuners and stuff. Ends up causing... It ends up costing money. You wouldn't like that, would you? You'd like that, wouldn't you? You sick bastard drowning in your own piss. Well, full disclosure, Trello, I have started training you up as astronaut, so I'm hoping it is a side effect. I have begun training you on the path of being an Astro Boy. So if we can do it, we're going to do it. Let's put it that way. Right then. Let's get finger space, yes. I was going to say there's worse ways to go, but no, there's not. Well, that's the thing. Drowning is one thing. Drowning in your own piss, that takes it to a new level. Yeah, so I tried with Chunga Steam Power build. That thing is a beast, but the power from it seems very inconsistent. It locks you to do anything until it's up. Steam Power build. Steam Power build? Which one's that? The sour gas build, do you mean, or which one? Should we start clearing some of this crap out? About drowning in booby streamer piss. It's still piss though, isn't it? Even if it's a booby streamer, it's still piss. I don't think I would like that. Let's get rid of this as well. Where did I run the piping and stuff down here? So there's not going to be any more oil comes down here really. There's a little bit there. Booby streamer piss. It's just as bad as normal piss. It's just got more purple dye in it. And cat hair. Booby streamers are known for cats and purple hair. Fact. I think I'm allowed to say that. What you can't say is the word thought. That gets you banned. So I believe. You must not say that word. That's a bannable one. We've no access here anymore. Let's see about that. We can rip out all this gubbins as well, can't we? Because I don't want it. Yeah. And do a little dig under here. I hate sorting the oil biome. I mean, I like the the prettiness of finally getting it sorted, but I hate the finicky digging out odds and sods tiles here and there. I don't want to put a million ladders in, because that ends up just being another nightmare when you come to remove them all. It's a bit of a faff. Oh yeah, Whisper. You were gifted a sub earlier. Yeah, Beameron gifted you a sub earlier, I believe. I think you're in one of Beameron's cluster. How are you today, bud? And you just said it. Yeah, but I didn't say it with malice. I think you can't say someone is a thought. I think you're allowed to say the word. I didn't put a switch down here. You can't ban someone for acknowledging the existence of a word. I mean, come on. What is this? Shit. Unfortunately, it's sunk down too low because I'm digging down here like an idiot. So what we might have to do is quickly cancel you. Just want to get rid of this sheet. Lupin. That's some good mopping. Doing good. Just been working on making my own area nice looking. Nice. There's nothing like a nice bit of prettifying. Normally takes a little while, but once you've done it, you can sit back and go, ah, very good. Mop, 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 mop. Mop. That's in the wrong way, wrong place. Don't know if we're going to be able to get this properly. Mop, 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 mop. Very good. Just learn what that word stands for. I'm so oblivious to the world around me. Yeah, there's a lot of hate going Twitch's way at the minute regarding certain streamers. There's been an awful lot of it. I follow one of them. I follow a YouTuber that does like reviews on, you know, bans of the week and what's happened, what's been going on. Been a lot of drama recently. People throwing cats around and stuff. It's no good. The animal authorities have been informed of everything. People petitioning for big boy or big girl streamers to get banned. They ain't getting banned. A boy looks at a cat, he gets banned. What's that all about? Right, let's cancel them. Don't abuse animals, no. Again, I should probably not name any names, but I think it would be pretty obvious if you did a quick Google. No good. Don't throw cats, you pricks. People of England and the world, don't throw cats. Right, has this got an output now? Cool. I mean, this is meant to be a little buffer to keep this online, but there's just too much water coming up through these pipes now. I do need like a dedicated line, I think. So what's the average? I've not got my thing on. I've not got that mod on that tells me the average easily. So people just shouldn't own pets? No. See, one of the problems with Twitch, and I don't say this negatively about anyone in particular, but one of the problems with Twitch is it became cool to have some shit in the background behind you, and what a lot of people opted for was animals. Now, I would never do that. I'd love to have some animals right now. I would love to have some pets for me and my lady, but I wouldn't get a pet just to have it on stream. Like, what the fuck's that all about? There's a lot of people do it. You see the people with their fucking cat cams and, you know, they have their cat bed right next to the webcam so it can be there and stuff. It's a bit like, We get it, you've got a fucking cat. But there's a lot of people out there that then find that if they want to be a bigger streamer, they've got to get some animals, and then they treat them terribly. I'm not down for that. Makes me want to punch people in the face. Right in the face. I have a dragon. You have a fucking dragon. I do. I have a dog, and I don't need no cat. Excuse me. I need to try something for science, but it's going to be a bit of a pain doing it. You may all have to bear with me a minute whilst I figure something out. But you're right, Hannah. I do have an fucking Dargon. I want to get some chlorine right down to the bottom, to the oil biome. And I want to see what happens if we pump in chlorine into the zombie spores. I want to see if it kills them off. That is my test today. It is a little bit for science. I don't quite know if it's going to work. But for the sake of pumping a bit of chlorine, I don't think it's the end of the world to try. Once we get out the base, we'll just use normal pipe, to be honest. This is just to get us down here or something. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. So. So many pipes. So yeah, it's a big congested area around here. Look at it. But it's perfectly organized. Perfectly. No problem. No dragon abuse allowed either, though. It's impossible to abuse a dragon. They're too powerful. You can't abuse a dragon. Fact. I know, I've tried. She beats the shit out of me. Listen, you've all seen me coming on stream with those pan marks in the side of my head. They're the days when I've tried to abuse a dragon. It doesn't work. They just hit you with a flaming hot pan. It is impossible to get the upper hand of a dragon. Unless you've got a black arrow. I believe. As of which launch release do you see any use for the spacey gassy boys, or are they simply a bling critter? I think they're just... They do have a use. We may build some in this to get some natural gas, I don't know. The issue is... Aha. The issue is that they take up space. And they take up space that could be filled with solar panels and stuff. You can go to there. Boop. But yeah, there's a use for them. I mean, all the critters have a use if you make a use for them. You don't really need any of the critters, arguably. You can get away without hatches if you move away from coal pretty quickly, and it's all about how you play your game, how you decide to sculpt your game, isn't it? Oh shit, I know what I can use with chunks for cool in large amounts of water. I don't know which build you're talking about. Which guy's turbine build? I'm curious now. I may have missed it. Right, so let's get that chlorine pipe coming all the way down here. Is that normal pipe behind there? Yeah. Let's change you. We'll put in a bit of ignis. Fuck. Perfectly organised piping. Perfect. I should use a canister emptier. I always forget that. I always forget they exist. I could have just filled up a... fuck it. It'll be fine. This is just to do something cute and different, even if it's not super efficient. Yeah. Well, imagine you started a map and you had 4 chlorine geysers. Which isn't beyond the realms of possibility. You'd want a use for that chlorine. And if you're someone like me that likes to try and use all your different materials for odds and sods, I can see the appeal in that. Refined carbon a ton. Let's keep this going. I want the steel. I want many steels. Delete and restart. Yeah, but sometimes you've got your base up and running before you realise these things. That's the problem. So, like, you can have built quite an infrastructure based on the fact that, you know, you're not fully explored yet. And then you find out that's just what you've got. You know? We've been there before. We had 3 chlorine guys in one map, I think. And not much else. Like, we've had a few rough ones over the years. A few rough ones, to say the least. If I do all, I think I can get rid of you. Yeah. Yeah. Do we want to get rid of this vacillator? Don't know if we need him. Yeah, we'll leave this pump here for a minute just whilst we drop down these tiles. It'd be nice to get all of our oil biome tidied out, as I say. What I'll probably do is just extend this to the ceiling. This is like a feature ladder for now. Alright then. So any projects that you think we should do today, guys? Anything that you'd like me to have a play with or have a nosy at? Because at the moment I'm just on the autopilot space grind. That's what I'm thinking. Is there anything that you'd like us to have a tinker with? I would like to start getting some power up in space. That's probably the next step, really, because we've got loads of diamond. I could do a little cheeky glass build somewhere as well, because we're gonna need loads of glass, aren't we? And let's just hop down here as well. Need to get all this water moved. So why don't we hop down here, down here, down. Can you show me how to use a carbon skimmer? I can't get mine to work. Jesse, what is it that you're struggling with? What are you struggling with the old carbon skimmer? When you say you can't get it to work, what seems to be the problem? Like, is it just not accepting the carbon dioxide, or what's happening? Okay. Interstellar ice. Interstellar ice. I've seen some new ones that I've never seen before. It's kind of nice. Still got a lot of scanning to do. Don't know if we'll scan all this with this stuff. With this boy. How long till you're ready? 29 cycles. Give that a few more cycles, then we'll cap it. How's that crab farm work? Have you checked it? No, I've just left it. I literally dumped some crabs in there and then left it. They're probably all hungry and going to die out because we don't have any polluted dirt to feed them. Should we do a little ethanol build? Where have I got some cooling down here? Because we could do an ethanol build to a petroleum build. Let me think. So at the moment we don't really have enough lumber on its own to do just a straight up lumber build, but I do have a line of polluted water that comes down here. Is this dormant now, or is it just idle? It's dormant. I'm thinking if we want to do ethanol distillers, we'd need 4 distillers per petroleum gen. Okay. And the distillers take a lot of lumber, but they do give us a lot of polluted dirt, and that polluted dirt we can use to feed our crabs. The crabs give us lime and sand. Endless sand. I know we have regolith, but endless sand. Ethanol distillers also give us a shitload of CO2, which obviously we're short of right now. But I could use that CO2. So I need to make more oil. I've got so much CO2 already. Lime equals steel, steel equals space. Well, the thing is, at the minute, I've still sat on quite a lot of lime. I've got 700 odd kilos, and I've got a lot of fossils still to dig out in here. So I'm not desperate for lime at the minute. Like, that there is a 500 kilo chunk of fossil. You know, and I've still got quite a lot more down here as well. I'm not desperate for lime, but I'd like more in the future. But the thing is, once we get space sealed up and done, we don't need steel anymore. Apart from for doing like pretty things around the base and stuff. Although I would like steel to build a big monument, so we are probably going to need a reasonable amount. The thing that we're really struggling with is coal. I'm debating putting in another hatch farm. And to do that, I really wish I would have had the blueprint mod still installed, because it would have gone here-ish. As best we could squeeze it in. Unless we did one over here. Double up on the hatch farms this way. That could be quite cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The lack of refined carbon, because I don't have any coal. That's kind of what I was getting at. I mean, I've still got some to dig out around here, just not very much. Not very much at all. Shit. There's a few things we can do. Let me just carry on tidying up a little bit. I like to do a tidy every now and again. It gives me a moment to breathe, a moment to think, and then I'll normally hatch some sort of scheme on what build we're going to do. I like the idea of doing ethanol distillers. That would give us more petroleum power that would ease off the coal. Then maybe we could start getting a coal surplus. Alternatively, I could start trying to cap space, but my full space plans normally rely on auto mining, which requires visco gel for my normal build anyway. Let's we can try and mix something up. Ethanol distillers make a ton of CO2. That's the problem, Odith. I don't need any more. I've already got a lot of CO2. So in my tank down here, I've currently got 4.5 tons of CO2 per tile. As you can see, it's already filling up the base as well. We're flooding the base at the south right now. I'll show you the map. I'll show you the overview. So this is CO2 town. All this black, all of this black is CO2. You see all this? All this black? I have a lot of CO2. Now I've got some slickster farms down here. These are currently all filled with 20 kilos of CO2. And then I've also got, aside from the storage which I just showed, which has got 4.5 tons per tile, I've also got this room, which has got, oh, it's now down to 15 kilos a tile. Probably because these coal gens ain't working. And then this boy over here has 420 kilos per tile. I've got too much CO2. I don't want any more slicksters. The other option I could do is condense it. And we've also got a CO2, we've got 2 CO2 geysers that I'm not even using. What am I going to do with it all? So if I put some sieves in, if I put sieves in to sieve clean, polluted water to clean water, that then gets fed into carbon skimmers, that will give me polluted dirt. A CO2 lake. CO2 lake we could do? We'd still have so much. Don't forget, my main storage tank has 4.5 tons per tile. If we cool that, that's a big lake in itself. It's time to start venting CO2 to space. No, we won't do that order. No, no, no. Then put packus in it. They die. What can we do with all the CO2? Oh, what can we do with all the CO2? All the crab food. Just have volcanoes, steam turbines for power to save coal usage. Yeah, I've got quite a few volcanoes. What's a nice compact little steam turbine build though over a volcano? Without cooking the turbine. I haven't tinkered with just slapping a turbine on a volcano. What is a tidy way of doing it? Oh, CO2 sandwiches for all the dupes. Well, my thinking is we could rip out this nullifier over here. I don't really have any use for the nullifiers because I kind of value hydrogen more than I value cold, if that makes sense. Can you make refined carbon with ultra cold CO2? Sadly not. It just turns into solid CO2, which you can't really do anything with. It's kind of useless. See, I do know I've got additional cooling over here that I can use as well. This has been off for ages. These two aquatuners have been off for so long. We've still got plenty of cold water. My sound's gone weird. Weird. Sound's only in one ear. Let's get rid of these tiles. Bam, 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 bam. What would be a fun thing to do with CO2? What would be a fun thing to do with it? I say I don't want any more critters really. This is plenty of critters. Sweep all this gubbins, please. Cool the lava down using CO2. Well, the only thing is then you end up with a hot CO2 byproduct that you have to get rid of. I could feed it to molten slicksters, but I don't really want molten slicksters. It's a plan, I suppose. And then vent into space. I don't like just venting stuff into space, really, if I can avoid it. It's different when we're doing like the hydrogen grind, because then we just need hydrogen and there's not many good ways of getting it in the game, you know, for like rockets. That's kind of my exception. Only because we don't have a good hydrogen building in the game. But there are ways that we can use the CO2. I'm trying to think of one that will benefit us though, rather than just doing it for the sake of it. I'm not above doing it for the sake of it, don't get me wrong, but it's like this vent. We don't need the polluted oxygen, so we're using it to make clay, because we do need clay. Yeah, I could have just left this capped and never worried about it, but then I would have had no clay. Well, now I've got so much CO2. There's not much point me liquefying it. I can turn it solid and store it solid. It's for terraforming the asteroid's surface. First your mouse, then your rig, now your headphones. Just got a case of the gremlins. Yeah, it's happening, Dunk. These things always seem to happen. The last time my computer went chips, 3 components went at the same time. It was a hard drive, then my motherboard went faulty, and then a stick of RAM went faulty, all within like a month of each other. Then an SSD failed. That's how it happens. It's never cheap, is it? Never cheap. Right, so let me think. So, polluted water, I've got lots of. Sieves, carbon skimmers would give me oxygen. I'm going to end up with too much oxygen though. So I'd need a carbon skimmer room that I can pump in carbon dioxide. Do I keep this or do I rip it out? Last shout. He's dead to me. He's dead to me. I've got another one over here if I ever want it, but I don't care. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Beautiful. Let's dig out some more of this around here as well, just so we can get the CO2 down here a bit easier. Okay, so I'm thinking like a mezzanine floor over here or something. It's like I like these floors here and there. It just gives us like a structure to our building. So if we did one here, maybe do like a little box build to there. Is this at the same height? No. So if we did it there. Who's Lumbo? Lumbo is a very kind person who gifted a load of subs earlier. You were one of them, Q-Zone. So get subbed, son. Spam those emotes. Use it to freeze CO2. Yeah, I did think that. That's why I was umming and ahhing about ripping it out, and then I decided, fuck it, there's better ways of freezing CO2. An aqua tuna can make mincemeat of CO2. It's just a shame I can't get any power from it. That's the real killer. Imagine if I could get power from CO2. Imagine if that was a thing. There wasn't oil, you know. Speaking of which, how is our oil? We have many oils. Many oils. So yeah, this boy is still backed up now. There's just nowhere for this polluted water to go. So I'm thinking an arbor farm would work nicely off some of this water. But I think we'll save this space here for carbon skimmers. I'm going to extend this down a little bit. Can you feed solid CO2 to hatches for coal? We've done that in the past, Demos. I don't think they'll eat it anymore. They used to eat anything. Now they have a specific diet, so you can't feed them it anymore. But we did do it back in the day, back on like the agricultural upgrade and stuff, way back when. But yeah, they have a specific diet, so it doesn't work. Oops. Right, I just want to lower this down a little bit so it matches the other side somewhat. So 2 more tiles would be nice. Let's just do this. We'll go do our telescope again in a minute. Let's get rid of you. Oops. This should probably be lower, but oh well. To say just stone hatch solid CO2. I don't think any of them do. Unfortunately. Another dusty dwarf. Yeah, we've got a few cycles to deal with that. Not in a rush for that, it's fine. Oh yeah, we're going to deal with the crabs. Right, okay. I do have a few things to do. I'm going to set out some builds in a second. I'm just tidying this up so I've got myself some working space. And then we're going to do some builds here and here. As I say, I just want to get this sort of on the right level. So let me just get a mesh tile or something. Yeah, so it's one more tile there. That's fine. One more layer after this one. Should be there. CO2 to polluted water, polluted dirt to coal, but that seems rather silly. That's literally what I was just saying. We could feed sage hatches the polluted dirt. I'd rather probably feed the crabs for lime, though. I think that would work better. Dig. Go. We'll figure something out. We can make something work, I'm sure of it. I'd like to empty this tank from down here as well. How much is in here? 4 tons. There, you'll be fine. Ooh. Starting to get a bit of lag, guys. We might need a little restart in a moment. We'll dig all this out now as well. You can turn it into polluted dirt and feed this to sage hatches. Could do that. Yeah. What food rating is a nutrient bar? Oh shit, shovel leg. Swip. 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 Shit, I wouldn't have wanted them in the base. Get out of here. What else have we left here? Where's them delicious nom-noms? Nutrient bar. Grizzly. Ugh. We can't compost them either. We can't compost wafers. Wow. Hello, shove friends. This doesn't look good down here, does it? These broken tiles. But we did collect all of our shovels, which is good. They're happy. Happy boys. Algae terrarium bottler to clay through deodorizers to regular hatches is nice too. It's not that I need hatch food. That's not what it is. I've got infinite granite. I've got infinite, you know, materials to feed them. That's not what I'm concerned with. And I say once we get the solar up, we don't need coal anymore. It's more to get us get rid of the CO2. It's more the idea. We'll just do some carbon skimmers. That's that job done. That'll give us some polluted dirt to feed to our little crab boys as well, to keep them from dying, I think. Voles are trans-dimensional, yes. I'm just wondering how we should do the old CO2 rooms. The old skimmer rooms. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Okay, you son of a bitch, get the ladder built. Why are you just sitting there? Cryptic. Nice. You had a little nap, hasn't you? Oh. Did you get your aquatuner setup working properly in the end, buddy? I wasn't sure if you could see what I was meaning. I was on my phone at the time because my computer was all in bits, so I was trying to talk you through your bypass. I was hoping that little link I sent you would be okay. I did ask Mex to post a picture, but I think he probably fecked off to bed. Yeah, it works now. Okay. Cool. Oh, what in the hell, game? Yeah, you were gifted a sub, buddy. 3 months now, mate. 3 months. Is that 3 gifted subs as well? Can't argue with that, can you? Can't argue with that. Cool. Alright, so that's this boy done. Let's get rid of you. And all that liquid piping too. Yeah, we'll just get rid of all this for a minute so I can see the wood for the trees. We'll leave that in there. So I may end up dumping some more water in there in a bit. There. You sent a picture of it. Let's have a look, Jesse. Is it on the Discord? On it talk. Larry? Let's have a look-see here. Has it got any CO2 to be using? I mean, is it in a very dense CO2 area? You're putting water into... You're putting clean water into the carbon skimmer, and then your green water's going into the sieve, and that's feeding it. That should be fine. By the way, just so you know, you can do if you're on Windows, you can do the snipping tool. If you just want to take a little snip of a quick bit of your screen, if you type, if you click the Windows button and then type snip, there's that. Or you can do Control-Alt-Print Screen, and that'll give you a screenshot for quickly slapping into Discord. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, let's get this done. Okay. Plenty more steam in here ready to go. We'll do a couple more of these, as I say. Just, I want to pot with a few things. It's going to be a lot of launches before we get that done, but meh. Is that the snipping tool? Yeah. Is that the shortcut? Windows key Shift and S. Windows key Shift S. Yeah, that's the snipping tool. Yeah, it's handy. Very good.